All right, heading into week 7, we have some players returning from injury, other guys that have now hit the injury report. We're going to give you some matchups that you can exploit this week and rank some wide receivers, and let's get right into it.
All right into the receivers. So let's see here.
Should we add an injured tier again?
Yeah, add another injured tier.
Brandon Cook's still injured, right?
Yep, Brandon Cook's injured. Yoshav's best ball. Diggs can go into that 5 through 10 for now, just because I don't think there's. Yeah, I think we're honestly running thin on just receivers in general. That's what we're gonna find.
Yeah. I like this
See.
matchup for Debo.
Yeah, I'll throw Debo up there.
What about DK
Sure.
and AJ Brown?
DK and AJ Brown easily go up there.
Yeah. You think DK in that top 10 slot?
DK, Deontay Johnson. Let's see here. Who else?
Well, let's fill out that top tier first and see what guys we can move up potentially.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're just grabbing them.
Malik's got to be one, probably.
Drake London.
Yeah, he's up there.
Disagree.
Deontay Johnson. Jeddah's, where's he at? He's the wide receiver 1 this week.
Yeah.
What do you think about Chase?
Chase is definitely up there.
Where is Jamar? Oh. Yeah, I feel like Deontay is probably in that second tier.
Yeah.
I like the play this week.
JSN can be like in the flex spot. Same
Tank
with Dell.
Probably goes in here. Same with Monte.
I'd put Godwin and Mike Evans consistently in the 11 through 20 spot this week. Just because one of them will probably pop. Same with Scary Terry.
It could also be a super positive game script for them.
Yeah. Rice, Sad Boy Hours.
Terry.
Scary Terry gets in there. I think you throw Garrett Wilson.
Probably
he's a flex. I'd put him at a flex. Garrett Wilson goes up there. So does Devonta Adams, because I imagine he'll get something schemed up for him.
The Cowboys are on bye, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Same.
What do we want to do with
all these players? What? Yeah, see, I don't know. I mean, if he plays, he's probably like back end of this tier. And then I would put, if he doesn't play, I would consider Dortch a pretty decent flex option, probably.
Yeah. Dortch and Michael Wilson are just flexes if that's the case. And that's how I look at it as well. Jaden Reed goes up there just because he's basically a mini Debo at this point.
Lad McConkey. Tyreek.
Let's see here. Yeah, Lad McConkey and Tyreek can go up there just based off of volume for their teams and the upside they hold.
Waddle's like low-key best
Waddle's best ball / flex right now, best case scenario.
Is Legette's back, right?
Legette's more of a best ball guy still.
Mooney.
It's best ball for me. Like, I can't confidently tell people to start him in the flex.
What do you think about Pickens with Russ?
Well, I'd put him in the flex. I think it's worth seeing. Maybe they're just like, you know what, Russ can really throw the ball. That's what we'll go for here. Yeah, I think Calvin Ridley goes there.
What about Ayuk?
Ayuk should go in that 11 through 25 area just because it's like if Debo doesn't have a good game, it's probably Ayuk having the good game.
What do you think about Worthy?
Worthy, I think he could go in the 11 through 25 area realistically this week, but like it's all about your personal preference on him. Hard to say with BTJ. I'd put him at like the front of the flexes just because it's like the usage is easily there. It's just the matchup kind of sucks.
Khalil Shakir.
Shakir, I'm not interested in with this trade, honestly, right now. I think he's upside
now,
but like he's coming off of an injury still. Like I imagine he'll go somewhere else.
Get Amari.
I'll put him as a flex. I'd do a flex. I don't want to touch him this week.
Yeah.
JMO's he's fine for a flex just because that's about
Alec
it.
Pierce.
Alec Pierce, I think, is a definite flex this week. I think that's a really fun flex.
What do you think about Downs and Pittman? Pittman's, I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah, I don't think Pittman plays. I'd say best case scenario, like Downs is like a best ball kind of guy. Like he's similar play to Alec Pierce, just like Alec Pierce seems to actually be able to get the ball to him.
Yeah.
Lazard's there, yeah. Polk is best ball, unfortunately. Like I'd love to say Polk's a good play this week, but he didn't seem to show it in any light of the word.
Yeah.
Jacoby's like 50-50 to play, right?
I don't know.
Seems honestly. Like it. If he plays, I think he's probably a flex, and then Trey Tucker's probably best ball, but could be a flex, I guess, if Jacoby doesn't play.
Jacoby may be top 24 if he plays.
Yeah, Zay's going in here in my eyes.
He should. Sutton and whatchamacallit, Bub Means go in as flexes.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're really looking for points today, like Bub Means is a more than fine option. Yeah, I think that's really about it for receivers.
We have AJ Brown, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
QJ. I mean,
you can make the same argument for like him for Ladd in theory, but I just don't believe in him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is about it.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone of relevance.
It's wild how many there are.
Yeah. All right. So what do you guys want to do next? Some running backs?
Let's grind some running backs.
All right. So we have some new names that have made the list now. We have Tank and Dearnest. We have Tracy, and we have Austin Eckler. Eckler might have been in here. Oh, Eckler was already in here, I guess. But I think this is Tank.
I think
that's
no, that one's Bigsby. I think the other
this is
yeah, that one looks more like Tank. He's got a more narrow head.
Let's see. You are correct.
Let's see here. All right. So RB1, I think it's Saquon this week.
Yeah, I'm chucking Kyron in there as well.
Yeah, Kyron goes right after him. I was trying to figure out, just revenge narrative makes me feel like there's no way that man leaves the field.
Yeah, where is Saquon?
Right up there, middle right. Middle up right there.
To me, there's like a pretty deep fall off after these two guys. I mean, there's a lot of other good plays, but these feel like by far the top two, and then there's like a bit of a hit after that.
I'd go Joe Mixon.
Really?
Yeah, they're comfortable giving him full usage again. He led the league.
I just think it's going to be a bad game script for their running backs in general.
It could be. They just really want to establish the run. That's the only reason. I think you could potentially put Kamara honestly there instead if you wanted. Like there's
that defense scares me a little bit though. I think he's more in that tier.
Yeah. Mine's just more about check down specifically for him.
Yeah.
Outside of that, yeah, I'm not really sold on anything because Montgomery and Gibbs is a question mark. Jacobs has not really been great as of recent.
I think he could be in a good spot to. I mean, I don't know. I kind of have a take on the game. I feel like the Packers are going to be the superior team in that matchup, so I feel like he could be in a situation in the second half where he's getting a lot of work. But
I hope so.
A weird one.
It's all about Emmanuel Wilson, though, right? Isn't he getting decent touches?
Yeah, but if it's a situation where they're kind of like chewing clock and running the ball like just between the tackles, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of Jacobs.
Sure.
Just a weird one. So with him on bye, B-Rob to me, if he plays, like could be in this tier.
Yeah, I think he could be better than Chuba realistically.
But it's just kind of a interesting.
What about
matchup.
Kenneth Walker? Like Kenneth Walker probably goes above Demont, honestly, because he's getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the game's supposed to be good. Brees probably goes up there now, honestly, as well.
Yeah.
Just because they're both getting bell cow type stuff.
Make this like 4-10.
I'd put Kenneth Walker above, I'd put Demont behind them. Because Demont and Gibbs are pretty much similar plays at this point. You just don't know which one of those two is spiking over the other.
Yeah, I just almost trust Demont more. What do we think about Bijan?
I think he goes at the front of the next tier. as much as I want to be as bullish on him. Like,
no, I don't disagree.
Maybe he's been bad.
Would you have Gibbs in this tier then?
Yeah, I just think it's him or Montgomery that goes completely nuclear. And I think you're more right in that, like, they want to get Montgomery at least one touchdown each game.
Yeah.
Whereas Gibbs,
Bucky, it's a tough matchup, but he's probably in this tier still.
And I think he'll be splitting work, so I'm a little bit more cautious with him. I think Chase Brown could have earned more of a role, but he did fumble. I think Tony Pollard needs to go pretty high up.
Sure, yeah. He's easily here, if not there.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't mind doing this.
I think Tony Pollard honestly should go above kind of both of them, just because it's like he's going to be in a bell cow spot. But that's another thing. Let's see. Mason's not interesting. He could be interesting, but he's not.
Singletary, who knows?
If he's healthy, I think he's okay, but I hope he's not because it makes Tyrone Tracy a very good play.
Yeah. I think Eckler's like a fine flex, even if Brian Robinson does play.
Just because there's a lot of points, and it's like he can easily break off a run. Like, that's all it takes in this type of game.
This is Ty Chandler.
Ty Chandler, I think, goes up in flex category. I think Aaron Jones is going to be out longer than people were expecting.
Yeah.
Cam Akers best ball. What's the deal with Najee Harris? I saw he somehow got like 20 fantasy points last week, and I want to say, and it was very.
He broke off a huge run that led to a lot of that, but I mean, he looks solid.
Part of me wants to leave
Madison.
Let's see here. Yeah, I think he can go on the flex just because it's like Zamir White's injured. Like, maybe he doesn't play. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine there.
I'll probably put him and Tracy in here just for now.
That's fine.
Tank.
He's flex? I think he's a flex, yeah. Maybe he gets
Ernest also a flex?
I guess.
Or I guess he's probably like here, maybe.
Yeah, front of best ball.
But the passing game workload was pretty crazy. What do you think about Mostert this week? It seems like there's a lot of positive clips talking about how Mostert helps their offense run. Also, Derrick Henry has to go up here.
Oh, yeah, Derrick Henry goes up there at this point. It's just consistent with the amount of points he's able to put up in the game scripts they're in. They need negative game scripts for him to suck.
I mean, cooked.
Yeah, cooked.
JK is probably flex.
Yeah, he's a flex. I think you can put him up further if they're in the positive game script. Then he's good.
Zach Moss is a best ball play at this point. I think.
Ramondre could be good if like he's healthy.
Put Jordan Mason in there.
Same thing. He has to be healthy.
Kareem Hunt in there probably.
I'd put him more as a flex. They Clyde came off of IR or whatever, so maybe he gets like a random touchdown. Let's see here. Jonathan Taylor's got injured. Yeah, I mean running backs are just really boring this week. Like there wasn't anything that really screamed like, "Oh, I love this play."
Connor playing.
I think he is. I'd put him more as a flex. He's not my favorite play in the world. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say. Like Ray Davis is more enticing than James Cook if he plays. I think James Cook is definitely a flex at best now. Like I think Ray Davis fully got like a 1-2 punch type of role is what we're going to be expecting.
You think even if James Cook plays, I feel like it's a situation where they still want their best guy out there. I mean, that was a breakthrough game, but the Jets' run defense does suck. Like you saw Jordan Mason run for like 160 in his first game.
It's turf toe. That's the thing. Turf toe is just something more annoying.
Steelers.
Najee flex. You're just going to consistently flex him, and he's going to somehow outproduce your expectations.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's really about it. Not too much for running back. Getting very weird and muddled at this point with the whole running back position, so that's fun.
Yeah, Nyheim Hines, anytime touchdown.
Yeah?
Maybe. I mean,
what team is he on?
He's on the Browns.
Oh. Why haven't they been using him at all?
I don't know, but both Foreman and Ford are kind of banged up right now.
Huh.
So maybe if Chubb is getting slowly worked in, we could see some Hines action.
Yeah, I like that.
I like how everybody's comparing this Thursday night football game to like the absolute lowest scoring one there's been. So it makes me wonder. It's like,
Yeah, I think I'm backing the over.
You like Josh here in the third guy in this tier?
Let's see, Josh. Who are you taking on again? The Jets. I think
Hurts versus the Giants has an argument.
Well, they played the Jets this week. It's
Jets Steelers. I'll say Jets was last week.
Titans, right?
Yeah,
Titans. Well, yeah. I could have some interest in him there, but it's not my favorite.
No, I don't disagree. I kind of like Jordan Love there.
Yeah, I'd rather take swings on like a Love or a Stroud. Like you can't make an argument for Kyler, honestly. I think Love and Stroud, honestly, realistically go next.
Oh, I forgot we still don't have Jordan Love. We have Malik Willis.
That's fine. He's the same thing.
Chuck him there.
Chuck him there. It works. But yeah, those two. Then Josh Allen.
Then Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen. Just because it's like as much as I want to expect him,
just perennial slot here, probably.
He's been cooking. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
Then I think you go with Mahomes just for the kind of game that they have there.
You like him more than Kyler?
Nah, I probably like Kyler more just because of the mobility, honestly.
Whoa, do you guys want to hear a shocker? Kawhi is expected to be sidelined for an indefinite period of time.
That.
Wow, who would have thought?
Crazy.
Scheduled tweet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I would go with Darnold next. I like Darnold a lot in this spot.
Caleb? Around here somewhere.
Well, he's not playing this week.
Oh,
so.
True.
Let's see here. I would like Drake, but I can't. I would go with Joe Burrow. Then I'd probably take a chance on Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no running back, he could easily go top 5.
Yeah.
Bo next, Superflex agreed. Let's see. Anyone else that kind of sparks a fancy?
Gino could have a decent game. Should be high scoring.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like Gino as well. That's a good shout. Same logic with Kirk. I always think his name's Matt Ryan. Drake May, I think, honestly deserves like a good matchup this week. It's just like rookie in London.
Yeah, I can't put him higher than any of these dudes. I don't think.
Do we want to put Daniel Jones potentially higher or no? I think that's fine where he's at. Just because it's like Malik Neighbors always carries him higher, and he hasn't had that random game.
Yeah,
where he goes. Everybody else, I would probably throw into this tier. Honestly, I think you can put Justin Herbert up potentially, but yeah, I'd put Herbert in Superflex tier this week. I think he's good.
Goff. Any thoughts? I mean, that's
Goff
a good
would be super flex. It's a good defense. If they throw it, he gets there. I'm just used to them running everything.
He's been so efficient recently. It's tough to like.
That's gonna be a good game.
Rodgers got to go up at this point, yeah, and then everybody else is in this next tier. I can't advise starting Trevor Lawrence, which is wild to say.
Yeah,
after all this time.
I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I think we got one more.
Yeah, we got some tight ends.
I can't wait to see what else the market is saying about this specific game, though.
I feel like the top 3 are like Bowers, and then the 2 Chiefs and Niners playing each other.
Yeah, I think Bowers, Kelsey? Kittle?
Kelsey and Kittle, yeah.
Then where do you go after that? McBride's? Oh, McBride honestly might be making a better argument than both of those.
If
honestly.
MHJ is out.
Yeah,
yeah,
I would put him above Kittle. I'd put him above Kittle just because it's like Debo and whatnot can easily get there.
I might just make this 1 through 4 because I feel like he's a step ahead of
that's
these
fine.
Guys.
After that, I think it might honestly be Hunter Henry at the very top of that next tier, dependent upon Drake May. Tucker Kraft needs to be there. I think we just have Musgrave. David Njoku is fine. I'm putting Kincaid a little lower, even though I like him. David Njoku.
I think Jonnu has like a sneaky decent matchup, but like
Jonnu's like him and Fant go to the next tier. Now I think it's fine putting him in that 10th or 15th spot just because
is Taysom Hill playing tonight?
No.
Damn it.
Juwan Johnson
he would have been
interesting for that reasoning. Let's see here. Evan Ingram's kind of a higher end option, honestly.
Yeah,
I think he'll get funneled for him there. Let's see here. Kincaid, maybe?
I mean, not for Schultz.
I'd still put him at 10th or 15. I don't think he gets there.
Laporta,
he's just always kind of in that, like, is he going to be the guy that gets all the targets today?
He got one catch last game. It just worked out.
Yeah. You can make the same argument, really, for Mark Andrews. Like, the rest of these guys, I'm kind of like, like Dalton Kincaid, I think you can technically be like, oh, he should be higher. Same with Mark Andrews. But they're all kind of falling into this, like, can I start you tier?
Yeah.
I think literally that and then just throwing everybody else in the basketball tier is perfect.
It's tough out here.
It's tough out here in tight end land.
It really is.
Every single year.
So gross.
I was looking at like my teams and like, Greg Dulcich dead in basically every lineup. Love it.
That's crazy. Dulcich in every lineup.
Word.
I did think Dulcich was going to have a big season.
Making some tier lists here for your skill position players in fantasy for week 7. Drop in the comments if you have any questions for your lineups. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, peace, y'all.
Follow us on IG.